Grand Rising. So, I had a great warm sleep. Left the diesel heater on this time, just because I didn't really have enough time to warm up the room, the caravan, in the first place last night. But I tried to. I tried to give myself some extra time by... This is the first time since the weekend Mary's had some good cuddles. So I couldn't help myself, and I thought I'll upload and delete them off my phone as well. The videos from the weekend. So, but I haven't even finished watching it because I decided I'll put it on and I'll go to sleep watching it. It's not finished. I just put them on to play, basically. That's Cornelius. Gotta go. Bye.
August.
Tell you later.
This month's going to
After
be.
my echo. Oh my god. I look like shit. I've probably been bawling my eyes out for at least an hour, sort of in a way. What is the time, actually? Yeah, nearly 9 o'clock, I think. Just make sure I've got that right, because I can't see. Oh, yeah. It's, coherence healing is 7:30. It's now 9 o'clock. So we do half an hour just running through the echoes, the new echoes for the month. And yeah, and I picked a new one, which is about freedom within and removing negative relationships. And I realized, because it's also about the negative relationship inside, and I just bawled my eyes out the whole time. Even before we started, even during the breath work, I had to. Yeah, it was crazy. And it all goes along with what I was about to tell you. So, do I tell you what I was about to tell you? Or do I tell you how everything went afterwards? I don't know. Okay, well, after the echo session, questions and answers, First Lady on, very connected, like I said, every time we listen and I knew as well, I knew I was gonna get picked. I knew I'd just sit and listen, really listen to this lady's story. And it turned out that, she's had similar experiences, around, having a better relationship with her daughter, who is her, twin flame. I don't know about twin flames and all that stuff. But me and my daughter, who we also have had issues, and we don't anymore at the moment. And because we are both, our cards, our futures are the same. We've both come here to be that high priestess and bring in some very beautiful energy and shift some things in our own unique ways. So just connecting with her story, and I just, I felt like a few times like there was things I wanted to do. I wanted to go and do something else. I thought I'll check my phone. I was like, no, I'm going to sit here because I know today I'm getting picked. And so we did some things, gave some love. Had to put my hand up again because he took them away, and because we were doing a little, who felt this kind of thing. And Cap's come in. Been waiting impatiently. And so long story short, I got picked. And it's just so exciting, when you've got that moment to chat, basically one-on-one, direct to, pure energies of, I can't remember, and I hope he records it. Records them, but I really hope he puts this one on YouTube, because obviously because it's me, but because like I want to get that name of, I could tell you, pretty sure it was like some sort of like an Indian name or something. Not, it wasn't Vishnu, but it was like something sounding like that. I'm not good with labels, we all know that. But yeah, so I got picked. I just told him about, all the little, see, like, it's just different when you're in, it's like when you're in the right spot at the right time, consciousness just helps things flow through. And yeah, anyway, either way, I told him the realizations. I probably already told you anyway, but which I probably will go, that's probably what I will go into. Or should I now? Yes, I should now. But if I could edit this to make it a little less all over the place. Probably won't. So, like, for example, the camps, the friendships, greenhouse, everything I've realized, up to this point is basically like over the, first night of camp, I felt, a shift in my hips, my glutes, so my butt cheek, earthing. We got to camp, sat on the earth, connected with loving people, and yeah, going through the editing, I realized, it was earlier on that I started feeling this shift in the left side of my solar plexus. So that was then raising up. And then that night, we randomly ended up dancing. And as I was dancing, and I think as well, it's that just being confident and, having people around me that are supporting and, love me for me, builds that confidence, from sacral up into your solar plexus and allowing that heart to really open up. So when the random dudes popped up to at a camp, people that we wouldn't usually hang out with, it was heart opening, and the dancing and the confidence, and I really felt this along up my back. I was all preparing for all of this as well. It's all everything synchronizing. The more and more you open up and get rid of what doesn't serve you, it's just you see everything for what it really is and how connected we really are. Because even during the session, I was thinking about the OneO, the dot in the middle. We're in a piece. That's who we are, and everything else around it is everything else. So heart opened up, yada yada yada. But Sunday, obviously a women's circle, and just more of that. It's all building. Especially then in the feminine, because the other week, I've been talking about, the masculine side of me has been healing. And this is what I explained to Cornelius, I said how for these last whole 2 years, basically I spoke of my whole journey in a really lovely, way. And, even it got to the point, where at the end and I was talking about how we have had doubts, even though we've had beautiful things happen, but I've stuck through it. And, now I'm doing 2 of the memberships, and it's even more beautiful. So yeah, even though he's running late for Pilates, but when I just mentioned about how, I know it's all healing and it's beautiful, the pain is beautiful, and it's just like I was just about to tell him how it's been pulling at my throat and preventing me from speaking out. It was like part of him knew probably, or consciousness knew that I was going to say, a negative, and he's like, I'm going to do something, So we ended up doing 3 little exercises, I guess, where he, gets you to close your eyes and speaks to your consciousness. And even as I'm just sharing it, I'm feeling it. But yeah, it came in, and we hopefully, if you were there, you saw it. If not, you missed it. This is why I would love people to be doing this. Like, we could be doing this all together every morning together. It'd be so beautiful. But regardless, made some magic, and the OneO came up. He ended up that's right, we did some needles and stuff. So he did a OneO. Well, not him. He asked consciousness to do these things, or certain aspects of consciousness. And like the last one, he was like, oh, I'll bring. Oh no, that was the second one. Then the next one, he brought in that person to do like a massage thing. They said, run your thumb down here, down the arm, and oh, it felt so good. I mean, just talking about it, because like the cells in my body probably still have just that little bit of integrating to do. Like he always says at the end of a session, have a good stretch, have some intentional water. Those 2 things alone are so important. Oh, then there was the moment when he was like, just the shoulder blades and run down the back, and I was like, oh, amazing. And then and then the last little, I guess, exercise we did, he basically just told me to do it myself, kind of thing, another little practice to, ask someone to come in, and do, I guess, do whatever is necessary. And yeah, it was just another added thing that I needed, knowing that support, knowing someone will come when needed, even if it is just a conscious energy. I shared the story about when I was going to go to the Cairo, and then I got all these Kairos coming around me, and that, and yeah, it was just beautiful conversation as usual. So much healing, connection, and yeah, and I think I know, because I saw people's faces at the end, they were getting something out of that, knowing as hard as life is and has been, I've pushed through all the pains. I've stuck it out. I haven't given up on kindness within and everywhere else, and made sure I do it. But yeah, so that whole feminine side's shifting. I cried as well listening to the other lady's story, and yeah, and you had to go to Pilates. So I should try to get on with my day. I was thinking about it earlier. I'm probably not gonna put a lot of pressure on myself today. Pretty tired after the weekend, really. 3 late nights. And giving up addictions this week as well, which is something I didn't get around to mentioning, but it was obviously not necessary in that flow of conversation. It did pop into my head at a time, but then I just couldn't slot it in there. So yeah, go with the flow. If we can't say something, we're not meant to yet. But if we can, maybe we are. But number one thing is, don't be hard on ourselves. Keep pushing through. Keep doing what we feel is right. Get to the rest of the day, but yeah, especially while I have so much love in my heart after the chat. And even it's the first time ever I've been able to, like, I guess there is most of the time there was a degree of like, oh wow, I'm chatting to Cornelius, like I don't know what to say too much, and I think it sort of stopped the flow, and there wasn't those just friendly chats that I've seen other people had. Today it was different. It was just like, hey old friend, this happened, even though he doesn't remember shit. It's because it's just all consciousness and flow. And how can you when you're doing like 2 sessions a day, 5 days a week with 500 plus people? So grateful. It's been a fucking huge, and we're not even up to the 8th of the 8th, the Lionsgate portal. We are in it, but the peak hasn't even reached yet. I'm feeling very confident about everything at the moment. I feel like I can beat this tyranny and be free, finally. I feel like I could cry, but it's just so much happiness now. It's not those tears. It's my eyes are welling up out of joy, not crying out of whatever. But yeah, the pain in here was intense during the session, and just wow, like so much better actually. Yes, so amazingly. Oh my god. And like I feel it all just feeling better down my hands and everything. Yeah, I guess that's it. Take the time to listen and you'll find the magic. Just like, it's these conversations that are the best part of life. This is why I'm here. And quickly, before I actually do go on with the day, something I forgot was basically, like the secrets of the universe. 369. 3 is a very powerful number, and yeah, physical side of life, getting out there, going to camp, and I guess there's more. I noticed that actually at the camp anyway. It's like where our masculine energies all come out. The girls, are there as well, and we get into things. We're physically doing things and helping each other, and because we have to. We're I guess in a way surviving the bush, and then going into a women's circle, where we're held by our facilitator, open up the spiritual realms, we're working with that feminine spiritual energy and supporting each other on that side of things, community, supporting community, the masculine and the feminine, and then bringing it all together with OneO. It doesn't get any more magical than that, does it? I think. I guess I could be flying, throwing fireballs or lightning with my hands, and touching people with a touch of peace. But when we heal, mind, body, soul, masculine, feminine, and all of consciousness, or, you know, doesn't matter. It's just beautiful, really. Perfectly imperfect. Picked up the phone at 12:12 because I wanted to show you something. What I just saw. So this is like, I guess, you know, what you want to see, how the healing affects the outside of us. Oh damn, the lighting's not as good as it was over there. I'm not even flexing at all. Like, not even the slightest. Look at that. I'm sorry, but that's pretty good. And like I said, it was the healing that's been done on those other levels within there, within the spine. Still not flexing, just different movements. But I guess maybe my muscles are flexing themselves. But gotta be happy with that, don't we, Mary? Yeah. Ah, you're boring, aren't I? Sorry. Tired and exhausted as it is, and it's waiting for my video to finish exporting, and it said all of a sudden videos are corrupt and it can't find the videos, but the videos are in the same spot where they were before, so it's pretty impossible. What's going on? More spiritual attacks? I'll get my word out there, even if it takes me all day to edit this. Alright, video is going again. It's a lot simpler than I had hoped, that I had anticipated. I thought it was going to be like a whole mess around, but yeah, maybe it's because before I went into it, I was like, this is going to work. The universe is going to make sure this works, and it did. But regardless, as well, just decided, I went through the Whole Foods refillery. I've actually just noticed that they're quite a lot, maybe not quite a lot, just a little bit cheaper than the other bulk place, healthy bulk place that I would usually shop at. Just don't know if I should mention it. I don't know if it really matters, but if you want to know, ask me in the comments. But yeah, they've got like a birthday special on, so I thought, you know what, why not stock up, you know, like, because the more money you spend, the more discount you get. So I just saved $116. So yeah, trying out a few different little bits and pieces, like dried fruit, nut spreads, nuts, all the things I love to eat the most, because I'm not eating chocolate, wheat, and I'm trying, you know, refined sugars and just all that stuff, and cutting back all those other addictions are completely cut off. So yeah, whole new world is awaiting us, and Mary's sleeping through it all. Mary, what are you doing? Well, yeah, I figured I better start getting onto, you know, systematic, you know, things that I have to do. So I looked at my list, and, you know, before writing down things like the fact that I need to do dishes, make sure that another hole, because otherwise I'm using my guest hole, and I like to keep that one, you know, so I don't have to keep on making new guest holes, because I can go wherever I want. Whereas, you know, guests like a little bit more privacy. Anyway, off the topic, but yeah, so one of the things I had to do today, I wrote down last week, because I talked to Centrelink again, who want me to either see a job network person, which I cannot do because I cannot drive, and I can't rely. It's just stupid. Even if I got a job, what's the point of going to job network meetings, because I can't get a job because I can't drive around, and either way, it's not healthy for my body, mind, and soul. So yeah, anyway, so I told them, I said, they've made me a job network meeting just because they have to. Protocol. All their wordings, you know what I mean? And in the meantime, I just have to try to get an online call some doctors to try to get another medical certificate. Yeah. So the conversation itself is going to be hard. So it's sort of probably is another reason why, you know, tears have come. But also, you know, the first place I called up, I don't know, they're quite rude. Like, if I had not had seen a doctor at all before I lost, or before they took away or suspended my license, I don't know what this means, because it's just disgusting. Like, people can do really terrible things, and just because they pay fines, they get their, you know, their license back. They can get back on the road. Terrible people. They're not really terrible people, but people that have done terrible things on the road already, they're allowed back on because they've paid money and waited 3 months. I don't even have a time frame. It's just indefinite. Anyway, so that's hard enough as it is. You know, just having to deal with these issues. Shouldn't even be issues. But yeah, I wouldn't, they were like, oh, unless you're a client with us anyway, we wouldn't be able to do it. But anyway, so luckily, you know, I realised, they said, oh, well, maybe it's this other place that you went to, because obviously I'm new here and I don't know which one it was. So yeah, and just divine timing of things. I called up and they said, oh, you know, she's actually just had a cancellation just now, so you can see it, you can talk to her in 30 minutes. And for one, it was like, oh yay, the universe has looked after me. But it's also, shit, I've got to try to explain my situation again for, like, I don't know how many times I've had to explain these shitty situations to doctors just so I can get some money to live in a world where everything is impossible to live organically. Like, just, you can't. You know, I wish I would be happy just to stay here on the land, growing and in many ways, and, you know, with friends and family, but because of the way things are, you know, I can't even see my daughters really, you know. They want to work, they want to go to school, they want to learn, you know, how to be part of a system that I know is so broken. And the other one, yeah, both of them really, that's the facts of it. But, yeah. But yeah, missing them. And I just want my freedom back. Honestly, it just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? The doctor that I saw last time, you know, can't understand. You know, I tell her, I said, you know, what's happened, and she's like, oh, well, I can't just do that, you know, people might ask me questions. Centrelink is telling me to do this, and I've told them I can't do it. But they don't care. Centrelink doesn't care. The doctor doesn't even care. Are you for real? Like, nobody cares. I've told her this is the system. Anyone in the system does not care. This is the whole problem. Anyway, so she's issuing the certificate, but she's like, I'm not going to do it again, though, until I see, a psychologist. Or, so I have to book a session with her too. But I thought she was going to help me do that. But there's no clear communication, When someone comes in there and they're like, I'm stressed with all this system stuff, I told her my support worker wasn't any support either. She's like, and then her answer to all of this, because I have to go in there to have her ask me questions and stuff for the psych referral or whatever. All of this, just like, what the? I don't want to be a part of the system. I don't want their money. She didn't even know how to transfer me over to the reception, so I would have called them back and asked them for an appointment. Yeah. And try to find out if my support worker will, give me a lift or whatever. Just waited on the freaking waiting thing for the doctors, the receptionist. Again, because there was no email that had come through. And she didn't say, that she wasn't doing it. She said, I'll email it through. So, if the doctor says that they'll email it through, logic kind of says that, it'll just come through pretty straightforward. But I guess the doctor doesn't know how to do anything on the computer, it seems. But either way, regardless, it might be just the process, the way they do things. But she could have told me you'll get it by the end of the day. That would have been fine. And then I wouldn't have had to stress about it. But clear communication, people. It's not that hard, surely. Well, it feels like a very productive day, I guess. The coherence healing, getting the video done. Kind of insulting, though, when the doctor says that I've done nothing for the time that, in the 4 months that she hasn't heard from me. It's like, yeah, lady, I've been struggling. Anyway, I've also done, stupid form that the magistrates court wanted me to sign. Lots of other life adminning things, child things, chatted to her about, some things that need to be done to make sure she's all good. What else? Ordered, a bunch of stuff, actually. Like the tool library, I signed up to a membership for, which, numbers popped up. 818. Just perfectly, for this time. Lionsgate portal and everything I need to do is about hard work. 8 is about hard work, and 1 is me in the middle of it. So the tools will definitely help. It's pretty awesome though. Like $30 a year for a concession holder, and you can hire tools like a library, like heaps of tools. Mulcher problem solved. Can even get chainsaws, anything. That's what I mean. Like women solved this problem for me. No one else could help. Just a group of women sitting around a fire. Last job for the day, I think. I can just sleep, I think. Pretty much. Oh, let me just make sure it's sent. Yeah. It's just because I clicked on it before it got sent. And yeah. Anyways. Obviously I can't say these names because I'm not probably allowed to. But just finally sent an email to the insurance company from the person who decided to just cross the line and crash into me. But anyway, yeah, basically this is what I've responded to them. I'm just informing you that said person driving the car was the driver who was responsible for the incident on the day. I was coming up to the roundabout on the left lane, and I was paying close attention to not only the traffic in the roundabout but also the vehicle that was in the right lane coming into the roundabout. But, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe, yeah, anyway. Because it is a tight spot that I know very well, as I have lived around this side of Melbourne for my whole life. When suddenly the car I was paying attention to came outside of the line between the lanes, obviously turning too soon to enter the roundabout, and I was quickly smashed into my front wheel by the side of the other vehicle. I have never experienced anything so irresponsible. As he stated on the day, I don't think I was in the wrong when I clearly saw him cross the line. I will send you my bill for his insurance to pay for once it is out of the mechanics. If there is any issues, I do not have any problem taking this as far as needed. Thanks. Anyway, I feel great that's done. I can sort of rest easy because, like, yeah, when I got this letter, like, I also wrote down a whole bunch of other stuff, like, you know, that I meant to call PayPal. I meant the hacking of PayPal, the hacking of MyGov, which I haven't done those two things because, you know what? It's their job. It's their job to fix those things, and I don't think they're actually real concerns anyway as such, although I do have to probably contact PayPal because I still haven't been able to change my phone number. It's dumb. Yeah, the crap that the medical certificate crap that I had to sort, greenhouse failure, which is now sorted. Yeah, on top of a lot of the other things that are here. Still, technically I have no support, but the universe is supporting me now, so anything natural and real is fully supporting me. And I guess, and a lot of that, because the universe is constantly supporting us, but a lot of that is now my knowing of it, you know, removing the doubts of that. Yeah, even the stuff with Alice's dad, you know, sort of settling. I think Phoebe's sort of settling with things as well. So yeah, I'm kind of happy about that. You know, both of my girls are happy. You know, and you know, whatever the universe, or it's not the universe. It's got to be like people always talk about these dark sides. It's either giving me lessons to make me fight the good fight, or, you know, what people say about, you know, I guess basically someone that's way above the government, who has spiritual awareness, who knows, can sense the energy of people like me, you know, bright light, love, you know, they sense the love in the world and they try to attack it. Because that's what people are like, even some friends and stuff, that whole energy. People seem to be like, oh, you're happy, you're loving, you're a passionate, you know, happy soul. I'm going to stop that. How dare you be happy? I'm jealous. Why can't I be that happy? I'm going to ruin it in some way. But who knows? I don't really know for a fact on that. That's one thing I don't know on a fact. I'm pretty sure it's just the universe. It's all really just the universe. It can't be anything else but the universe. And yeah, for a long time I've always been like, why me, why me, why me? But I know why me. And I have a mission to do, and the more I speak my truth and, you know, basically tell these aspects of the world to I don't really like to swear. Yeah. Whenever I do that, things get better. Sometimes a little worse in some ways. They push back. But generally inside of me, this energy, this force, it gets stronger and stronger, the intuition, the gifts. So I'm gonna roll with it, you know. If I die, like at least in my next life, I'm gonna be fucking superhero. So whatever, okay. Don't even care if I'm not a superhero in this life. It's always another one. Somehow I was just guided to go through my old playlist. I'm gonna delete all the crap I don't want on there because it's all full of crap. My Spotify anyway. Came across a playlist of All System Down, and I just felt guided to play it because, and then I looked at the lyrics because I knew the lyrics are great, and it's sort of like Tool, you know. They knew it's great, you know. Energy and the system. So it's called System of a Down. The system is going to be down. It's crashing more and more and more. More things don't make sense. Anyway. Shake out the last of my energy that I have, transmute in the world, and then I'm gonna get to sleep soon. Ooh, make dinner too. This is gonna be my dinner, and I think it's gonna be delicious because this is really, it's got really good stuff in these actually, like mostly. Most of them are awesome, so. And probably play some games, get the cats to bed, and that's about it. That's gonna be me done. I'll be fast asleep. So hopefully this one's short. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a rare occasion. Must have missed me over the weekend, hey?